Before the actual painting begins, I want to share a few things first. Several times over the past couple of months, I've mentioned a couple of seasonal teas that good friend Gail got for me. This is one of them: Trader Joe's Harvest Blend Herbal Tea. The design on the box speaks to my inner artist, while the tea itself is pleasant and soothing. I'm showing this here because I've just remembered that this footage exists. The tea is all gone now, but that's okay because I like to change things up in the hot beverage department. Colder weather has arrived, and so has the craving for some Bigelow's Constant Comment. That's a black tea flavored with orange rind and what they term sweet spice. I have no idea what that is, except delicious. The packaging here reminds me of Celestial Seasonings teas with their wax paper inner pouch and tear-apart bags. Our copy of Paul Clark's Watercolor Techniques and Tutorials for the Complete Beginner arrived the other day. Yay! I say our because it's unclear who producer Mike ordered this for, me or him, but since it's currently in my hands, I'll take advantage. Although not a complete beginner, I do feel behind on the learning curve, and since his YouTube videos are both helpful and inspiring, having this volume on hand can only be a good thing. A link to his channel is in the description. Something I wasn't expecting at all is this set of Sakura Koi watercolor brush pens. It arrived in the mail, a gift from my sister, and I was excited about it because, aside from a couple of black Faber-Castells, I did not have pens like these. Just to have a set like this, in varying shades of gray, is pretty cool. Well, I should say that some are cool and some are warm. There are darks, mediums, and lights, and I like the effects you can get using these together. I've mostly just played around so far, but you'll see what I mean later in this video. The paper used for these cards was a Fabriano Artistico cold press. It's 140 pound and 100% cotton. There's a long, lingering shot. I was trying to provide a good look at the texture, not sure if it shows well or not. We mistakenly ordered a block rather than a pad. No big deal. The paper is the same. It's just glued on all four sides instead of one. That's so you can paint while the sheet is attached without having to tape your paper to another surface. The block form isn't that useful for my purposes, so I just treat it like a pad and pull off a sheet as needed. So these cards, there were a total of 4, but I only took footage of the first 2 because all of them were the same process and nearly identical, so you didn't miss anything exciting there. It's a 9x12 sheet divided to make 2 single-layer cards. So unlike a traditional greeting card, it's not folded. I intend to either write on the back or include a separate note in each envelope. Yes, I have envelopes that will accommodate this size. Actually, the envelopes are exactly 6 by 9, so I had to trim the cards a smidge to get them to fit. To begin, I used my Princeton Neptune half-inch oval wash brush to make abstract leaves in autumnal colors. There was no real master plan. I knew I wanted to make thank you notes, but there was no preliminary sketch to go by. I figured it would be okay because ever since watching Paul Clark's spontaneous painting video from several weeks ago, it's been on my mind to experiment with spontaneity in my paintings. Not everything worked, of course. Things got a little too busy on the left card, and the colors were getting kind of aggressive, so I blotted them to tone them down. Because I'm timid. I've mentioned before that I've gotten help from friends and family with my videos in various ways, with providing hardware and software, showing me how to record and edit, contributing tools and supplies, and generally giving encouragement and support. The most recent thing, and it's blown me away, is the custom desktop that turned my underutilized closet into a fantastic workstation. I mean, I was thrilled with the handmade brush drying rack, but the desk was above and beyond. Those were the sorts of things I was thinking about when I made these cards. So you can understand the motivation behind this project. That's right. I'm hoping for more goodies. Gotta keep those wheels greased. Here is where the koi pens come into play. Using one of the medium shades, I wrote the sentiment while trying to position the letters so they would fill the space nicely. Then I went over it with the lightest shade, loosely, for a shadowy or dimensional appearance. There's a final light gray touch at the end, but at this point I moved on to the branch work. I would have liked to use a rigger, if only to further my attempt at Paul Clarking these things, but I don't have one, so I may do with a number 2 round brush instead. And then I splattered the heck out of it. Because you're not a true Paul Clark wannabe without that technique in your repertoire. But once again, timidity won out, and I blotted the stuff. It occurred to me that a simple border would look nice, so with the lightest pen, I added straight lines around the edge. It works. It improves the overall look. With the grays, you get a really nice soft feel, I think. This is the stage where I arrange everything to form the final tableau, trying to get it just right. Sometimes I cut this part out because, yeah, I can get quite fussy with it. Usually that's it for the footage, but it dawned on me that arranging the thumbnail shot at that time meant not having to deal with that extra step later with my phone camera. And that's my simple thank you card experience. At this time of the year, many people are likely thinking about family, friends, their well-being, and ways they can express appreciation. This is one small way. Thank you for watching, and until next time, be safe and stay artsy, my friends.